Hey, this is Pixie doing another video. I think a quick one on OMAD really. So there's always room for improvement, that's the first thing. So if you're doing OMAD, there's room for improvement. And there's room for a bit of play, but you have to be aware that you could be backsliding or maybe you're progressing in some way. And if you're learning to enjoy it a bit more, that's better. You should do anyway. I think the autophagy gives you a bit of a rush as well. Like look at your skin, you think, oh, my skin looks great today, and you feel good in yourself because you've kind of detoxed yourself, autophagy's kicked in. I think the other one, I can't really see it, if I pronounce it wrong, just forgive me. The apoptosis, the death of cells, basically. It's when your body, your immune system targets dodgy cells, and so it kills them off. But it also might get rid of other cells that potentially are just performing lower. So it's the shortest straw, and yeah. So if they're not really, it's a team player thing. They say, well, you're not performing that well. You know, it's great having you, but we're gonna have to get rid of you. And that's what happens. Probably happens when your muscles shrink and things as well. When you don't spare muscle tissue because you need to survive. So your body says, well, we've got to survive. We've picked the shortest straw, and we need to get rid of you. And that's what happens there. But the autophagy generally is just the recycling of the cells, and they're the ones that naturally would have probably got to the point where they died anyway. It's not necessarily they've been killed off. Their just function's gone, so they're kind of cannibalised by the body, and that's what happens. And that process, when it's healthy, you should be healing yourself most of the time. When it's unhealthy, then you'd be your body would be damaging itself. Which you don't really want. So yeah, so I've sort of swung one way, and I'm swinging it back the other way. I'm just making my kind of OMAD a bit more cleaner. I don't want any sort of diet drinks or a massive window. Yeah, I think that's where I've probably failed as well. Where failure occurred is I mean, there's lots of information out there, and you've got to give it a go. Is I basically moved my lunch into my breakfast, and but it didn't really help. It just makes you double hungry. Hit lunchtime, and there we go. The body's happy to switch off for a bit, and that's natural. You're burning your own fats then. It's the kind of the fat genesis part of it. But if you interfere with that, then it's problematic. But what I have learned though is hunger's important. It's not so you eat one meal a day and don't feel hungry. If you probably get into like that stage, it means your metabolism's slowing down. You should feel something. Come on, you bloody cars. They slow down. Yeah, I'd do that. They slow down at the wrong points. So yeah. So yeah, basically that kind of hunger thing is important. If you get that sensation, then you just prolong that for a while before you eat, and it should be because you're getting into your 24-hour window. So it's in the morning now. I have had a cup of tea. That's it. So the next person I'm going to go to, I'm not going to have a cup of tea. I have to limit how many cups of tea because I think I push myself out of my fasting. But what it has triggered is I'm starting to feel a slight hunger in there, and I'm just going to ignore it. Basically, it's just not a major discomfort. I just feel like an emptiness, There's kind of a warming up sensation. It could even be that tea that's getting processed, to be honest. So in essence, I'm kind of slowly bringing myself out of a fast slightly, but I'm not trying to stop the process of what happens when your body starts burning its own calories. I'm not trying to, but if it happens, it happens. But I'm going to let it sink back into it, though. That's the other thing. I'm just going to let the hunger go round into past midday, maybe 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock I have a meal. But I have to be aware that kind of sets up the following day as well. So sort of between 12 and 2 is good. Works well for me. Changing that is probably not ideal. I probably won't bother doing that anymore. I can have a later meal, but breakfast time is not. Basically, if I break my breakfast, if I break my fast by having breakfast, then what happens? It just throws it all out. Then it's best just to prolong your first meal to as far into the day as you can, or as comfortable, and then eat. So having a later meal is not a problem. It's just having an early one early in the morning. My body doesn't feel ready to process food when I first get up. It could be a light and hormone thing as well. But sometimes I wake up really early because it's starting to get light at 6 in the morning. But I tend to sort of lay in, so that's kind of that pattern. So yeah, so that's one of the main things. The main thing I sort of want to focus on in a conversation is just getting into that hunger. There was a time, I think for the last 6 months, I mean, I felt a bit on occasions of brain fog where I pushed myself, but it didn't feel as hungry as it has recently, and I put that down to possibly, squeeze in the back of it, might be a bit naughty. I'd possibly put that down to, like I say, mentioned the metabolism. If it does slow down, it's just the thermostat's got to turn down. That's what it is. And if it's lower in that sense, it may also mean you can put on more weight. So that's why you need the hunger as a guide. When you're hungry, then at least you're burning your own calories, and that your body's saying, "Come on, lads, give us some food." But it's not, and also it's not underperforming. That's the thing. If you got it where you're tired and you don't feel like lifting things, you're sluggish, your body, it's having a toll. So yeah, definitely. Anyways, Pigsy signing off in this video, and have a great day.